Hello there, good people. I'm Rob Shaw from OpenSports.com. We're talking about the New York Jets, my friends. They got a big game coming up Thursday night. So get ready. Make sure your fantasy rosters are set. I know Charch is going to take care of those Patriots for you. I'm going to tell you what you need to know for your fantasy roster when it comes to the New York Jets. All right, let's start off. We're going to talk about who is a risky start, who's a safe start, and who's maybe in the middle. And someone who's probably in the middle, sometimes risky, sometimes great, Brett Favre. This is a guy, look at his past 5 games, 4 touchdowns compared to 8 interceptions. Yikes. But this is also the same guy who could throw 6 touchdowns in one game. The guy is an enigma. No one quite knows what to expect from this guy. I love the fact that there's plenty of expectations on this game. I love the fact that he's played them once so far this season. He has a better idea of what to expect. I think he's going to be all right, but at the same time, if you have safer options, if you have a Kurt Warner or Peyton Manning, start them. As far as what I expect from Favre, I'd say about 220 passing yards with a couple of touchdowns and maybe an interception. Nothing spectacular, but he'll be solid this weekend. And then there's the question about what are those wide receivers going to do in this one? And it's a good question. Lavernius Coles, Jericho Cotchery each had just 1 reception in a game that the Jets won 47-3. Now, these two players have been a little banged up throughout the season, but they're going to do much better in this one. Again, the attention are on the New York Jets, nationally televised game for those who at least have the NFL Network. So that being said, the pressure is on. They need to do something special. Plenty of injuries with the safety, obviously, of the Patriots. A lot of issues in the secondary. So this could be a big game for them, and I think that both wide receivers are safe bets for 60 yards each, perhaps a little more, perhaps a little less. But I think that they're solid number 2 or number 3 wide receiver options for your fantasy teams. All right, next up, let's look at this running back. What a year so far from Thomas Jones, coming off one of the best games from any running back so far this season. Now he's going to come in there, and it's a team he's had some success against. When they played against them in the Meadowlands, he had 70 yards. Now, that's not the best, but he did have over 4 yards per carry, so he was efficient. He found some room to move, and I like the chances of him once again getting plenty of opportunities to do some damage. Thomas Jones is a great start this weekend because as long as they get to the goal line, he's the one who gets it. The alternative is Leon Washington. He's more of a speedy guy who hits the outside, so I really expect Thomas Jones to play a large role, whether it's touchdowns or whether it's a bunch of carries. He's going to play a role one way or the other. A definite start at this point, a must start every single week of the NFL season. All right, next up, what about the tight end position? Bubba Frank's injured. We found a little coming out party from Dustin Keller this past weekend. He was the receiver of the best performance in that 47-3 win over the Rams, and he had 107 yards, 6 receptions, a touchdown. He's a pretty safe start these days. I don't think you'll see many of those triple-digit performances, but I think he'll be solid to go anywhere from 40 to 60 receiving yards. He'll get a couple of receptions. He's a solid pick at this point. Remember, he's got plenty of potential. He was a big investment, a first-round pick out of Purdue from the Jets this season. We're starting to see all that potential. As far as another guy with plenty of potential, Leon Washington. His numbers this past weekend, 12 carries for 54 yards. Before you get all excited about a larger role, consider this. It was a blowout. He got a bunch of extra carries, more than he's accustomed to, because the game was so out of hand they wanted to rest Thomas Jones. So Leon Washington is a risky start this weekend. He's decent. He could give you 40 total yards, but if you're looking for more than that, you're better off going with the top option from a poor team versus a winning team like the Jets, but a second option that rarely touches the ball. Again, big play ability, special teams, if you get yards for that, he's one of the best in the business. But if you're talking strictly as far as rushing and receiving yards, he won't get many more than 40 unless if he breaks free for a huge play. And then there's the defense for the New York Jets. Let's face it, this is not the same Patriots team we're accustomed to. They've been playing it very, very safe. I expect them to try to keep it low scoring. They also don't make too many mistakes. Matt Castle will on occasion. I love the fact that the Jets are putting pressure on quarterbacks these days. The secondary making some nice picks recently. So I think the Jets are a solid start when it comes to their defense this weekend. My friends, that's all your insight for now. Get ready for some Thursday night football. If you have any questions, do email us, fantasy@opensports.com. I'm Rob Shaw, signing off.
So you think you can tackle a pro? There's only one way to find out. Click on fantasy@opensports.com.